What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're bringing a fun team of Superior, the Pancake, Stunfisk, and Shadow Zapdos. I'll make it Shadow. Boom! Would you look at that? It's Shadow. Let's go ahead and get right into the battles. Alright, getting into the first battle here, we have Superior on the lead versus Greedent. Definitely a neutral matchup in this situation, and it's going to come down to if I can land a Frenzy Plant or not. So they're just going to be spamming Body Slam all day long. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go for a crunch for a potential debuff, but we're going to go ahead and load up on some energy here and go for the Frenzy Plant early. Usually at the start of games, this is the really nice time to land the Frenzy Plant for neutral damage because they likely aren't going to shield it, so that is perfect for us. We're going to go ahead, let this next Body Slam go through, and then hopefully I can get to another Frenzy Plant and go for the Leaf Tornado Shield Bait, which I'm going to go ahead and do right here. What I'm hoping this does is I hope it gets a shield from my opponent. So we don't get a shield, unfortunately, and they do get to another Body Slam. We're going to go ahead and give up one shield right here and commit to the farm down because they may have something weak in the back to Grass-type Pokemon. And the Leaf Tornado as well with that 50% debuff could be huge. Now an Escavalier comes in, so we're just going to go ahead and go into Zapdos right away and go for the Drill Peck. This is obviously going to start forcing shields from our opponent, and hopefully this Escavalier is running an Acid Spray variant instead of Mega Horn and Drill Run, and I think it is. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a no shield, and it is in fact going to be an Acid Spray. This is going to allow us to get to one more Drill Peck in time, forcing the second shield from our opponent. Otherwise, Escavalier is going to go down. So we do get the second shield. It's going to be a race, and they are committing to the hard farm down, but they will not get it. I survive with one HP. 1 HP and a dream right there on the Zapdos. Get the Drill Peck off. The final Pokemon is going to be Empoleon. We obviously have Stunfisk here with Mud Shot and Discharge to close this game out. So we're going to go ahead, throw the Discharge right here for super effective damage, and then we will swap into the Superior to throw the Frenzy Plant and close this game out, and that'll be a good game, very well played. So an actual good read that they did have something weak in the back that was Empoleon to the Superior right there, but ultimately Stunfisk would have been able to handle it as well. So we have Superior on the lead versus Whiscash. Very positive lead here in this next battle for us, and they're going to go ahead and swap out into Pelipper, so we will come in with Stunfisk here. I could come in with Zapdos, and obviously Thunder Shocks are going to do quite a bit of damage along with Drill Peck, but I really wanted to try to force shields right here without needing to give up a shield necessarily in this mid-game matchup, because if they decide to no shield Discharge, it's going to one-shot, but if they decide to shield, that's fine by me. I will go ahead and go into even shield, so I will shield this next Weather Ball. We're going to have to be very careful and overload just a bit on energy and then throw the Discharge so that we kind of get them in a tough situation. Do they want to shield again, or do they want to let it go? And this time they decided to let it go. Boom! Pelipper goes down, and we do see the Whiscash come in, which means we're going to be able to get to this Mud Bomb in time. Now, Whiscash is in a nice situation where it can really load up on energy, so I don't want it to. I'm going to go ahead and swap out into Superior, and we force out a Knockdown right here. Now, this may look like a very bad situation. I just lost my hardest counter to Whiscash with the Superior, but the attack debuff there is so good with Superior that I just become an absolute tank. This Sky Attack is not going to do that much damage to me. I'm going to be able to get to another Leaf Tornado in time, and if this applies a debuff as well, we become an absolute boss. So let's see if it does, and no, we do not get the second one right there, but that's okay. As you can see, wing attacks really aren't doing that much damage. So what I'm going to do here is throw another Leaf Tornado, and if we get a second debuff, which I believe we do on this one, we do, they're just going to try to commit to the farm down. I'm going to bank a Leaf Tornado and swap into Stunfisk right here, drawing out the Whiscash. This is going to be really good because it's going to force the energy now from Whiscash, and it's going to let me save my Zapdos for the knockdown. So we're going to go ahead and go for Leaf Tornado right away to force that final shield here from Whiscash. And we do get it. That is beautiful, and they're going to be able to farm us down with Mud Shot. Now, we are still in a tough situation. Noctowl, as you guys know, is basically at 100 energy right now. Whiscash also has access to Blizzard, so we have to call the Blizzard on this charge move. We're going to go ahead and shield, and it is in fact Blizzard. Now, I can't throw Drill Peck right away. I need to build up to 2 charge moves so I can win CMP tie versus Noctowl, which is going to be coming back in very soon. So the Mud Bomb not going to be able to take us out. We get to 2 Drill Pecks. I'm going to go ahead and throw it right here. This first one's going to be taking out the Whiscash. And the second one is going to be able to take out the Noctowl in the CMP tie because we do have higher attack. So a very close one right there, but good game to my opponent. The debuffs from Leaf Storm, or Leaf Tornado, I should say, are actually super, super good. All right, moving into the next battle here. We have Superior on the lead versus Poliwrath. All right, Poliwrath will not like my whole team. My whole team beats Poliwrath, but unfortunately, Go Battle Lag is beating me. I am not doing any attacks, and finally, I come back into the game versus a Rangaroo that was swapped in. So I'm going to go ahead and go for a Frenzy Plant. Now, I can play this a lot of different ways, considering I do have 3 answers for Poliwrath, so I'm really not too concerned. But how I want to play this is get myself a shield with Leaf Tornado and apply a debuff and then load up with another Pokemon. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Leaf Tornado here to load up on, or try to get a shield if I can from them, and I do get the shield. The attack D drop fell, and we're going to go ahead and swap into Stunfisk now to catch the charge move, saving our Superior with a little bit of energy, and then being able to tank these moves here on Stunfisk and just load up with Mudshot. Now, I am kind of concerned they're going to go for a Psychic, and I really don't want to be hit with that much damage, so I'm going to go ahead and go for a Mud Bomb here. I'm almost at a Discharge as well, so I have a decent amount of energy coming out of this fight in the one shield situation. So we do see Poliwrath come back in. We're going to go ahead and go for Discharge here. Try to force that final shield, put them in a tough situation, and we do land it there for lag super effective damage, whatever that pop-up was. A weak connection, super effective damage, but we now can go for Mud Bomb here to get the shield. Obviously, we showed them we do have Discharge and putting a lot of pressure on them, and they're going to go ahead and go for the charge move. I'm going to let this go. It's probably going to be Scald, and it's going to hurt, and if it is Scald, I'm going to swap out right away back into the Superior and try to go for a Leaf Tornado, but we do see a Grimer come in, so I'm going to go ahead and go for Frenzy Plant instead to do as much damage as possible, even though it is resisted, and they're going to be able to farm me down. So this is actually a very tough situation for me, considering Poliwrath is pretty close to a charge move, and I only have my Zapdos here, and they are already at a crunch. So I'm going to have to shield, and I'm going to have to play this so carefully. I think Switch Clock is almost coming back up too. Yeah, it's kind of close right here, so this is going to be a dance of energy. I'm going to go ahead and load up, throw it just before, and then we will have to race to the charge move to see who gets there first, Zapdos or Poliwrath. We still have Switch Clock as well. I'm just going to go ahead and go for it, and we actually CMP tie, but Shadow Zapdos is the terror of the skies. We are going to be able to land this Drill Peck right here, taking out the Poliwrath, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. All right, moving into this next battle, we have Superior on the lead versus Toxicroak. Okay, not the best lead right here. I have 2 good answers in the back, so I'm going to go ahead and swap out into the Zapdos, forcing their hand. They do decide to stay in and try to catch the charge move, but we will see the Wigglytuff come in. So Wigglytuff with Charm can obviously destroy Zapdos, but it's going to be forced to shield here because Drill Peck just does so much neutral damage. So we're going to be able to get the back-to-back right here. I didn't want to risk throwing a Thunderbolt and them shielding it. It's better to go for 2 Drill Pecks because we will get the guaranteed damage and the shield, or just completely take out Wigglytuff. So we're going to have to come in with Superior right here and load up on some energy, and I might actually have to throw a Leaf Tornado if it gets a bit too close because I really don't want to give up a shield in this situation. So I'm actually going to opt to just throw Leaf Tornado right away. Get this Wigglytuff out of there so I don't have to shield a potential Ice Beam. So let's see what decides to come in. It's going to be Mandibuzz. So we're actually in a pretty good situation right here. The Pancake, Core Breaks, Toxicroak, and Mandibuzz. So I can utilize this situation now to go for Leaf Tornadoes to apply that debuff, and we do get it. So I'm going to go ahead and soak this charge move here. It's going to be Aerial Ace, but we just attack debuffed the Mandibuzz, so this isn't going to do any damage. And now we're going to swap into Stunfisk and put them in a really tough situation. They decide to come in with Toxicroak. Now, Mud Bomb's going to be the hardest hitting charge move left in the the game for my little Pancake here. So we're going to go ahead and shield that and start to force the final shield now from Toxicroak, because this is going to be doing super effective damage because of that poison typing. They decide to let it go. That's fine by me. I'm going to go ahead and commit to the farm down right here. And if they get to a Mud Bomb, which they do, I'll double shield. Mandibuzz's Foul Play, Dark Pulse, Aerial Ace, Shadow Ball really isn't going to threaten the Stunfisk because we are very tanky and I still have Superior. Even though it is a Grass type Pokemon, Frenzy Plant is still going to do a decent amount of damage. So we're going to go ahead and throw that Discharge. We do get the shield, and now we're just going to be going for as many discharges as we can. I didn't want to risk throwing a Mud Bomb right there. They could have tried to call that and no shielded it, and that would have been absolutely terrible if we got a no shield on a Mud Bomb. So that is why I'm going for guaranteed discharges right here, because I should be able to survive. It is a Dark Pulse. I should be able to survive 2 Dark Pulses. It's going to be very close, but this second one is going to get the Pancake so low, but I think I can get off a discharge, and we do with 1 HP and a dream. Now this is not going to be enough to take out Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is the Flying Umbreon, so we're going to have to swap out right away once the charge move lands to get into the Superior here to go for the Frenzy Plant. Now we saw the bulk from Superior earlier, but that was due to Leaf Tornado debuff. Can we survive this next one? Yes, we can. Barely right there, so we're going to be able to get it a Frenzy Plant off with, yet again, 1 HP and a dream. It seems to be the motto of the day. It's probably because I'm wearing the t-shirt. I just did these battles like 3 minutes ago. So that's going to be a good game. All right. Next game, we got Superior versus Sylveon. So again, a tough lead matchup right here. They're deciding to stay in. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Leaf Tornado bait. I think they might opt to shield right here. So this is why I want to try to go for Leaf Tornado. Plus, if I get the debuff and they didn't shield and I don't get the debuff, I am now in a tough situation. So 0 for 2 there on my call of shield bait and debuff. So we're just going to have to go for another one, and they decide to no shield this one as well, but we do get the attack drop. Now, based on their gameplay, like game 1, I believe, or game 2, I'm reading they're weak to Superior in the back, so I'm going to go ahead and shield and farm down, and I will still have a Leaf Tornado to apply debuff, and we do see a Hypno come in, so I'm actually going to opt to go for Frenzy Plant right here. They saw me go for 2 Leaf Tornadoes, so now I want to hit them with the Frenzy Plant for that neutral damage and swap into the Zapdos and look to try to get to this Drill Peck, and they do swap in a Whiscash. So this is actually a pretty good situation drawing out the Whiscash now, because my own Stunfisk has a much better matchup versus Hypno than Whiscash because of the typings and all that. But Zapdos right here, like you guys have seen in previous videos, puts in work in the Remix Cup, so we will be forcing a shield right there, and I'm actually going to go ahead and shield this charge move. I'm going to guess it's going to be the Blizzard, and they're just throwing it, so I'm going to go ahead and shield, but it was a shield bait. Had I no shielded that, that would have been huge for me, but I still think I have this game in the bag, so I'm going to go ahead and throw one more Drill Peck to force that final shield from the opponent, and we do get it in time. Now, a switch clock is up, but not in time for me to swap out of Zapdos to catch this Blizzard on the Superior. So Blizzard will be taking down the Zapdos. Boom, it goes down. We're going to come in with Superior, go for the Leaf Tornado right away, and then we're just going to go straight into Stunfisk versus Hypno, as we should be able to take that one, considering I landed a Frenzy Plant earlier in the battle. So Whiscash goes down. We're going to bring in the Stunfisk versus Hypno. Hypno is loaded on energy, though, so if it does have Focus Blast, this might be very bad for me, but it only has Shadow Ball, which we can tank very nicely, and we are going to be able to go for Mud Bombs here. It's going to take 2 charge moves, whether it's Discharge and Mud Bomb or double Mud Bomb, so I'm opting to go for 2 Mud Bombs in order to do the most energy efficient damage right there, because it would have been very close if I went for Discharge instead, because they actually have Ice Punch, and that gets me very low. So thankfully, I did go for 2 Mud Bombs right here, and I think that's going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent, but double Electric with Superior on the lead. Superior can be very tanky, as we saw today. If you get that debuff with Leaf Tornado, it turns into an absolute tank. It's already very bulky, and we did a nice 5-0 set right there. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to give these Pokemon a try: Superior, Stunfisk, and Shadow Zapdos. So like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.